control emotions. You need to cultivate like a positive outlook of life. So also you need to practice empathy, because one thing that I know for sure is that if you want people to talk with you more, they need to know that you're a good listener. You know how to help when you can't help, right? And that's how you can actually, you know, my internet is unstable. Okay, I don't know why, but okay. So that's one sure way to, like, you know, create that. So I'm going to check the group. Wait, let me go back to the next slide. So yeah, so finding your barrier point, you already know for continuous, like it's the fourth and the fifth one. So you need to actually work on these two elements. The other three ones are good for you, since you already have the awareness, you have the knowledge, you have the desire. So now that you know those three are good, then your barrier point is the lowest point when it comes to what you want to change. And I think that this is something that you can use even after this session. Don't forget about outcome model. This helps you to work on yourself, or work even in your company, in your community, in a project, for instance. If you want to like start a project, so the first question is, like, if you want to change something, sorry, in a project, the first question is, what is the awareness? Do we really know that we want to change this or not? So this is a very open model that you can use anywhere, in your family, in your decision making, anywhere, because, and it's very simple to use. Just give it the highest. So give 5 the highest and 1 the lowest, and, you know, select which of these ones have the numbers. So when the moment you do that, the next thing is to check for the lowest number in that particular you know, in that particular element. So if, for instance, like Cornelius' element, we have lowest on 1, which is the fourth and the last one. So now that he already knows that, he needs to work on the ability and also on the reinforcement part. So this model is really good. If there's anything that you need to learn from this session, is the outcome model. And I would advise that after now, you can check it on Google or online, or yeah, it's on Google. Just check and see how it really works. But this is like the basic idea of what really outcome model can do. You know, it just helps you to make proper decision making. So now that you know this, you can find your barrier point and work on that particular barrier point. So you don't need to waste time on thinking that I think. So once you already know that, you need to actually work on those barrier points that you have. So yeah, so before the summary, I would like to see more people on the chat. If you have finished, let's check. Do we have any? No one.
Hello.
We don't have. But you can also say it if you don't want to type. Okay. Hi,
Hello.
Aja.
Yes. So my what's my change, or yes, the development I'm working on is learning how to speak another language, and that other language is French.
Okay.
Yes. So my awareness is 5, my desire is 5, my knowledge is 3,
okay,
my ability is 3, and my reinforcement is 2.
Okay. So actually, it's not bad, trust me, since the most important is that you have desire. So once you have a good desire, then I think everything can fall in place, usually. That's like the second starting point. So for you, your barrier point is the last one, which is the reinforcement point, and this is what you need to work on. So what you can do in this part is that how you can sustain like your language skills, that you need to like find locals that speak French, and that you can always speak with them. There's like 1001 apps out there that you can actually, you know, download to like talk with locals. Or on Facebook, you can join groups that, you know, like learning French or French speakers. You can just join and just keep saying, like talking with them, chatting with them, having conversation with these people, make friends. And then that's how you can, you know, learn, that's how you can sustain a particular one. Because one thing I realized with language is that if you learn it and you don't speak it, you always forget it. Because when I was in Ghana, I came to Ghana before through ISEC. I came for my, it's like internship or volunteering. It was volunteering. I was in Suyani. So in that house, we had people I had like 2 Germans, 1 Japanese, different African countries as well. So for the first 1 month, I learned how to speak basic Japanese. But after he left and I left, it was like, okay, I don't speak it anymore. So now it's like, I don't remember it. So one way to like sustain is to always talk with people who already speak that language, or like find groups on Facebook or.
Oh, right now.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, right.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so these are like good ways to like, you know, work with that. So we have Louise, it's like awareness 4, desire 4, knowledge 4, ability 4. Well, it's almost 5, so you're almost good to go. So reinforcement as well would just have to be like stop procrastinating, because that's also one of the most dangerous things to do when it comes to trying to be the best version of yourself. And you need to be confident, of course, because if you're not confident, then it means that you cannot really be the best version of yourself. You also need to be very proactive about that. That's also a good way to like sustain or reinforce what you're trying to work on. Also, when it comes to your best version of yourself as well, you need to also work on your body language. For instance, like how do I react to people? How do I talk with this person? How do I work more on this particular thing? So you also need to work on that. And then when it comes to becoming the best version of yourself as well, it can be maybe continue learning a particular skill that you want to build. Just keep doing it. Like if yours is more like a continuous process, because your awareness, your desire, knowledge is quite high, and then your ability is also very high, which is good. So your reinforcement part is just how you want to sustain it. So you need to work on your transition phase. Yeah, for you, transition phase. So like, how do you work from the building part and then continue to your solving part and then to your perfect part? So I think you can actually work on these ones. So for instance, if it's that you enjoy volunteering or you enjoy working in leadership position, then you need to keep on volunteering, keep on taking up roles. You need to keep on, be out there and then be the best version of yourself. I think that's for Louise. Do we have anyone else type? Aha, Nana. So Nana says awareness is 4, desire is 5, knowledge is 4, ability is 3, reinforcement is 3, and 1. So actually, it's also very good, Nana. It's very good. No number is bad. Everything is good. Just since you just need to know yourself more. So this is where self-awareness comes in. You need to know yourself and how you want to develop yourself. So for this, Nana, actually, your ability is very good. Not bad, to be honest. Even if it's 3, it's good. Then your reinforcement can also be like, so the question is, how can you continue to break the stereotypes in society? You can continue creating awareness about that particular thing you're trying to break. You can, join groups and talk about this. You can even create physical events. You can, join organizations like NGOs, like ISEC, NIS, even in actors. You can join like these societies that can actually help you to sustain, breaking stereotypes in society. I think these are things that you can actually try out. So it's not bad. It's very good. So I'm actually happy that a lot of people have the awareness, you have the desire, you have the knowledge. So usually, like I said before in the beginning, the most shaky part is the reinforcement, like how can we sustain? And that's where you need to work on. So you don't even need to work on your awareness anymore or your desire. Just keep going on your reinforcement. So yeah, that's good. We have like extra 2 minutes to go if anyone wants to type or say if you want. I don't know. We have a minute, the end of.
Please, I have a question.
Okay, please ask.
Okay, please, I want to know if consistency is the same as reinforcement.
Yeah, so it's not same in a way, but it's just like but you can actually coin consistency into reinforcement, because reinforcement is that you can still do it. It could be a one-time thing, depends on what you're trying to work on. But if it's something that you need to keep working on until you get there, then it can actually be also, you need to be consistent, right? For instance, for the guy who wants to learn how to speak French, for instance, you cannot learn French you cannot be a C1 French speaker in 1 month. And it depends on you. If you're very good, it's okay. But I'm saying that you cannot be like a C1 French speaker in 2 days or in 3 days, right? So in as much as you're trying to sustain by talking with people or by, going on groups, you are still being consistent. So you can actually be coined in reinforcement as well. So I hope you understand. So it depends on what you want to, learn or what you want to develop. It could be both ways. So just the bridge. Yeah. You're welcome. So what else? Where else we need to go soon?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, for me, I'm working on self-confidence.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay, awareness is 5.
Okay.
Desire is 5.
Okay.
Knowledge is 4.
Okay.
3.
Okay.
Reinforcement is 3.
3. Okay. I mean, this is very good as well. Like, no number is bad, like I said. So now that you already know that, so your barrier point would be your ability and your reinforcement, because they get the lowest point when it comes to the outcome model. So now we need to actually work on these particular 3 things. So the first thing is that you need to, first of all, work on your emotions, because when it comes to self-confidence, it has a lot of emotions and have to do with, and also for you, when it comes to this part of your when it comes to your ability or your reinforcement, you need to work. So first of all, you need to actually learn how the brain works, your brain, right? So like the part that works with your emotion is the limbic part of your brain. So you need to also understand how that works, like how it changes your mood, how you receive information, how you work on emotions, and what type of emotion, like what kind of information affects yourself, right? So when you already have that, you can actually know how to receive certain information, how to work on yourself. When you get a particular type of information, how do you react is also important. Because for instance, if you know that you cannot stay in a place where people always just talk about about themselves, or what they're trying to do at the moment, it means that you need to maybe withdraw a bit and then try to get into that vibe before you can then go back to that circle again, right? Because this thing about working with your self-esteem is very important when it comes to self-confidence, because if you don't really work on your self-esteem first, you don't really work on your self-confidence. So you need to actually know what works for you as a person, how you can build your emotions, how you can have a positive mindset, because it's very important as well. So like these are things that you need to actually work on. So now that you already know that, please ignore your awareness, ignore your desire, ignore even your knowledge right now. So you need to work on the ability, right? And then the reinforcement part of building self-confidence. So for instance, like I said, also one thing that can be good for you is that every morning, or I don't know, anytime, just go in front of a mirror, just say very positive things to yourself. Say that you're a winner, you're a leader, you're this, you're that, things that make you feel better, things that make you feel good. And always try to ignore bad vibes or like bad energy. Just go with the very positive ones that can actually help your self-esteem, because that's also one way to work on these things. And for like sustaining, it can just be like it can just be like, maybe for instance, having a particular morning routine or evening routine that can actually help you to boost your self-confidence. It could be, if you need to talk with someone that you trust that can help you, you can actually do it as well. So that's also a way to sustain. So yeah, now that I think everyone kind of understands how ADKA works, it would be nice that you use that even in your personal life, in your communities, in your working environment. If you even have like a task that you're trying to work on, so you can actually use this as well. So yeah, I think that's all. So don't forget that your barrier point is the lowest part of the element that you need to work on, and don't need to waste so much time on the maximum part. You just need to work on the minimum part so that you don't waste too long trying to work on things that you already know, because it's like a waste of time. So this is what ADKA model just helps you to do, just helps you to identify this point that you need to work on and how you need to work on them. Like I said, also when it comes to building yourself, self-awareness is key. No one can teach you how to help yourself. You need to be the one to teach yourself, because you know yourself more than anyone can know you. So you need to also work on your self-awareness skill, like what am I as a person? What do I like? What don't I like? What affects me? What is my how as a person? What is my what as a person? So these are key elements that you need to work on before you can actually keep working on yourself. So yeah, I think that's all. So for my summary part, so also don't forget that soft skills are also very important as hard skills when it comes to your developmental phase. So not just about, oh, I want to learn Java, I want to learn graphic designing, I want to learn, I don't know, some Scrum Master or something. You can also work on your communication skill, your interpersonal relationship, relationship. You can work on, I don't know, even your emotional intelligence. You can work on that. It depends on what type of thing you want to work on. You can work on your self-confidence. So you need to also work on these soft skills, because they also help you when you go into public spaces or when you start working after school. So the other one is you can also be guided. You can only be guided. So no one can actually teach you how to work on yourself. You can only be guided through the phases. Even if you have mentors, you have people that you look up to, they can only guide you through it. They cannot teach you how to work on yourself, because the moment they try to teach you, is like trying to force you to do what you don't want to do. So since you already have the ADKA model, you already have the awareness, so you can only just go to them when you want to go through that process. So it's not like they're trying to teach you exactly. So you can use outcome model for change in your personal space as well. When you think of developing yourself, you need to be conscious. You need to learn from experiences. You need to join organizations. Like I would say, like one of the best advice I would give any young person in school. I don't know if everyone is in school, but yeah, the best idea I would give everybody is that it's nice to join organizations such as NIS, ISEC, JCI, Inactors, because these organizations help you to build yourself, right? They help you to like not just about working, because for instance in ISEC, when you go for an ISEC conference, you have about 5,000 people in one room from different countries. That tells you how massive a change can be. So you can imagine how you want to work with these people. You need to understand how they think, how they react, how they talk, their languages, everything. So in this space, it can teach you how to be less of a discriminator, or how you need to accept people more, how you need to work with people. So these are skills that you can actually build from organizations. They can also help you to volunteer. For instance, you can express other countries, you can explore, you can increase or like, build your network of people. So it's very nice that you join organizations now, because it helps you to grow yourself. I don't know if you're on LinkedIn. A lot of people, I'm sure everyone's on LinkedIn. An HR person says, hi, we are looking for an entry position for maybe graphic designing. And then they expect you to have like 5 years work experience, and then you're asking yourself, how do you want to have that? But yes, it's not very reasonable, but the best way you can have that is actually work with organizations, because this helps you to, get years of experience. For instance, if you're an NIS, if you're an ISEC for 3 years, I can actually say I am maybe an HR manager because I've been ISEC for 3 years, and because these things that you do are things that you normally do in organizations. But of course, we have like, the different protocols or process, but they are very similar with what you've done in ISEC or what you've done in any other organizations that you want to join, right? So these are ways that helps you to just build that experience when you're going. So volunteers is also a very good example, or like very good advice I would give to any young person, because at the moment it's like, yeah, Africa is so hard, there is no money everywhere. Even in Europe, there's no money, trust me. Like you're only managing. But like in Africa, I know that it's a bit more worse, but even if it's worse, it's good that you still try to volunteer, because these are also experiences that will actually shape you in the future. It could also help you to work on both your hard skills and your soft skills. So these are things that you can also try out. So it can even be volunteering within your community, it could be outside your community, it could be internationally, depends anyhow you want it. So these are things that can actually help you grow. So yeah, I think that's all that we have for today. So in summary, just know these things, and I'm very sure that you would, be better the next time that we probably see somewhere. I don't know. Hopefully we meet again. But yeah, this is what I have for you today. So I hope that you enjoyed the session, and I hope that you don't have any much confusion with the session, because I try to explain it in a very explicit way. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. So I think now we can just take a few questions before we go, because we don't have so much time, I think. Yeah, we don't have so much time. So I think we're gonna take like 2 maximum, I think, Raphael. 2? Because now it's 30, 33,
like 2 maximum.
Right? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all we have. So if we don't have any questions, we can actually round off.
Okay. So does anyone has a question before we end?
We have a chat.
Okay.
You're welcome, Richard. Thank you also for listening, and thank you for contributing. Actually, it was very interesting. So don't forget that you can use your Ask model. It's very interesting. It's very because it's not something that you need to work with formulas, or you need to work with, I don't know, logic. It's just know what you want to work on first, know the element that you have on Ask model, and know how you want to how you want to work on these things. Because I'll tell you before, currently I joined ISEC when I was, I think, in 400 level. Was a bit late, but okay. When I joined, let me just share very brief of my story. When I joined ISEC, at first, it was just a young girl. I was, I think, 18 or so, yeah, or 19, I think, yeah. Because I graduated at 21, which was not very early, but okay. So when I was graduating, it was like I was in ISEC for like 6 months or 8 months. So usually in ISEC, you need to be like 1 year to be on the national board. But because I was very motivated, I was very pushy about, my experience, about how much I want to learn, I came on the national board. So when I got there, I was actually working on finance before, like in my local level, in my university. So when I got to national board, I was looking at finance. So after my ISEC in Nigeria role, after that time, I got another role in Sweden, which I was currently working last year before I finished now. So it was something different. So you can imagine me switching from finance to HR. Then I asked myself, how can I change this? Like, how can I, learn? And then one thing I always about myself, that I always try to learn a lot. So I don't think that I'm too young. I'm not too young. Even if you're young, this is the best time to learn a lot. So when I got the role, I just told myself, really, you already have HR, so you have to work on it, right? So I got this role, and then the first thing I did was that I had to work on what is HR, what is employee branding, what is how to recruit people, how do you get the best talent, so I had to take up courses. I read online, I used YouTube videos and everything like that. So that's what I actually did to become an HR manager now. So sometimes you need to also be flexible enough to change roles or go through certain changes. And if I'll tell you, I actually prefer HR to finance. It's like, no, finance is like, no way. But now I'm like in love with HR, and that's what I'm currently doing, right? So it's nice that you also be flexible and be open-minded as well, and always try to explore different ideas and roles and opportunities that life brings to you. Because sometimes you feel like, oh, I think this is where I want to be, but life says no, go here, it's better for you. So you need to learn. So yeah, I hope that thank you so much as well. God bless you too. Yeah, I hope that at least you learned something. Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. I wish to host you. I'm available. You can get my number from Raphael. I think Raphael has it, except he deletes it after this call, but okay. Yeah, Raphael has it, so you can also get that, no problem. So yeah, thank you so much. We can have a final last checkout question. So I will just quickly check up these questions, and for everyone must say to cap it up. Okay, let's see what we can ask. Okay, so we have, what is your morning routine? I think that's cliche. What did you have for breakfast today? Actually, I'm not eating, so I don't think we can go with that one. Okay. So we have, what is the most challenging thing you've done in your life? And what is your favorite dessert? So what do you guys think? I think we go with number 4. What do you think? The most challenging thing that you've done in your life? I think. What do you guys think? 4 or 5? Or even 2. 2 can be good as well, like your breakfast. Depends. And also, if you need the slide, you can get it from Raphael. I think I sent to Raphael. Okay, if you need the slide for anything, maybe in the future, or I don't know. Yeah, so Raphael can actually send it to you guys. Yeah. Thank you, Charles. Thank you so much, Charles. Thank you, Joel. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'll start with myself. Thank you, Nana. Thank you too. So the most challenging thing I've done is to actually switch from one role to another that I have no idea about. No idea. It's like what I just told you. Switching from finance to HR is like too big thing. I think it was one of the most challenging, because when I got here, the ISEC in Africa is from the ISEC in Europe. So the membership, the vibe, everything was totally different. So I think that was one of the most challenging thing I did, actually. But after like 3 months, it was okay. And it was like one of my best experiences so far. Yeah. But the transition phase was one of the most challenging, I think. Yeah. So who can go next? Raphael go. Then Raphael choose someone else.
Okay. For me, the most challenging thing I've done was my first job that I wrote in. Yeah, my first job was challenging because I had no much idea, but was able to cope and acquire more skills, and it was very, very, very helpful. A new environment and new stuff. So yeah, it really developed me much. Though I was new to it, so it changed my way of life too.
Absolutely, always does that.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So you can randomly choose anyone on the list. Just go.
Okay.
That's how we do it until we finish.
Marilyn.
Okay.
Marilyn.
Next. Marilyn. Is she online? I don't think. I think she's online.
Yes, yes, Marilyn.
Ah, okay. Marilyn. Oh, she's muted. That's why I don't think she can hear us actually. Hi, Marilyn. We don't have so much time.
Hello.
Hi, she's here now. So you're nominated.
Who nominated me?
It's Raphael.
Hey. Okay. For me, it was trying a new thing. I wanted to learn how to play the keyboard. Yeah.
Oh, nice. But can you play now? Hello. Oh, I don't hear you again. Sorry. I don't hear it. I think my network is bad. Do you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I didn't hear what you said, but okay. Then just type it. I don't hear anyone.
I think network problem.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's network issues, but okay. Does anyone want to share before we go? I mean, we're done now, so it's okay.
Can I go?
Yeah, of course, please go. It's okay.
For me, the most challenging thing that I have done is to move from French to English.
Oh.
I came to Ghana last year to study. It wasn't easy at all
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I was in an environment where I have to speak in English. Everything is in English now. So it was very, very challenging. But at the end of the day, I noticed that it really helped me a lot. Now I can express myself easily.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of that.
Yeah, I'm also proud of you. Language is always crazy, trust me. And also, you can actually work with Cornelius, and then you guys can have a language exchange. So he wants to learn French, and then you want to learn English. It's like, good. Trust me, that's how you connect people.
Yeah.
That's also part of sustain Cornelius. See, you have one connection now.
I want to learn French.
Yeah, you see, you can talk with him. That's how you learn.